Surveys! I love my surveys. I really do, especially with Wuthering Waves. They're so much fun to do. It's nice to give feedback. It's nice to see in the future, like a patch or two later, the feedback I gave back, them acting upon it and adding the stuff I want into the game. I love it. And now we have the 2.6 player satisfaction survey. So let's find out how satisfied I am. They've always done a great job asking questions of the player base, asking the right questions, I feel like. And let's see if they still are doing a good job asking those right questions. And I'm excited to give my feedback. So let's not wasting time. These take a bit of while, so I'm trying to, move with a purpose. Let's get to it. Please choose my age. We're gonna go with like 24, I guess. A new content version includes main quest, Suns by Burning Hand, Faded Light, new event, Tile Defense Simulator, new Resin Hairs, Augusta, I'm gonna say overall satisfied. Yeah, overall satisfied. Story. Overall satisfied. World exploration, I'm a bit neutral on. Yeah, I'm a bit neutral on it. Environmental visuals are again very satisfied. The world looks so good, it really does. Music and sound effects is a fucking cook. I'm sorry. They've just been killing it. It's been getting better. The music in 2.6, both part 1 and part 2, was chef's kiss. Amazing. I loved it. Plus the sound effects are very raw, very I loved it. I loved it. World exploration, I don't know. I just don't really feel a need to go explore at the current moment. And then the story, I really liked part 2, which I'm currently working on a review on. Don't worry, I'll get to that. The part 1 story, I liked it. I gave it like an 8 out of 10. I did have some issues with the middle. There was a little bit kind of like a slowdown. The pacing felt a bit off personally to me, but I was very, very overall satisfied 100%. Not even close to neutral on that one. This is like, an 8 out of 10, like overall satisfaction. I'm working on the review for part 2, so we'll get to that. Performance optimization, I'm personally very satisfied. I don't know if other people had issues, but I've had 0 issues, so I'm very satisfied. Keep continuing what you're doing. Combat, I love it. Augusta feels amazing. I'm sorry. Probably out of every single character I've played, Augusta feels personally my favorite to play. It just feels good to play as Augusta. Yuna feels really fun as well. I still need to work with her a bit more, but Augusta is probably, it's such a simple rotation, but super advanced. It's kind of funny. You open up the character screen, you see all the skills, and it's just like a fucking paragraph, and then another paragraph, and another paragraph, and you're like, oh my god, dude. And then you play them, and you're like, this is an oddly simple rotation, and it's enjoyable and satisfying. Where I don't need to set her up. I can go explore the world and take out enemies and kill enemies without needing to set her up so she does enough damage. I can just go play with her. I did some of the tactical holograms with her without being her best support. I used the inland, and it still felt great. So I'm very happy with her. Resin Hair visuals were amazing. Augusta was fucking peak. Obviously, everyone loves Yuno's feet, but fuck, we are not going to talk about that. Amazing. Resonator building. Neutral. I'm gonna say neutral. I just, I feel like we're missing something with the building. It feels either something's missing, man. It doesn't really feel like I'm building them, more just like doing a chore. It doesn't feel like we're being creative here. There's usually like one set, maybe 2. In this case, it's 2 sets, a 3 set and a 2 set for these new characters. But it's pretty much almost like you're 100% going to use these, and then maybe you have like a 5% chance to use these other sets, especially on the main DPSs. It's always going to be pretty much one set you're using for a main DPS. Maybe for the healers or the sub DPSs, you have like 3 options, but even then they're pretty like basic as well. I would like to build these characters, but I'm thinking more of an MMO kind of build, like I'm build crafting and stuff. But this is a gacha game. It is what it is. We take it as we get it. UI design. I'm a neutral. I still want to adjust my widgets on my UI. So when I go, I smacked the fuck out of my desk. When I go to my home screen, we have all those widgets for everything like quests, backpack, and stuff. I want to be able to move them around in the UI because Why the fuck do I gotta tab over to go to my quests? Why do I gotta tab over to go look at my backpack? There's some things on the main screen that should be on the second screen and vice versa. And I think the best way to solve that, instead of going, oh, well, we'll move them around for you, let me move them around. Let me just grab it, go, let me put this over here, like you're moving your fucking desktop icons. I want to do that. Events and challenges. I'm unable to rate. I have yet to do the title defense simulator yet. I've heard it's really good though. I did do the other one though, the puzzle one. Actually, I did do the puzzle one. I'm gonna say overall satisfied. I actually really liked the puzzle one. It was fun. It took me like 20 minutes. Quick, easy, asteroid. Cool. Co-op experience. Unable to rate. I did not interact with co-op at all. If there was any co-op, to be honest, like the only co-op you can do right now is exploration, and yeah. I don't know what. I feel like they're adding co-op on here just to be like, all right, let's check this box. I know you, Kuro. You guys do a great job when you lock in. You locked in on the story, you fucking killed it. You locked in on the events, some of them and stuff, you fucking killed it. If you lock in on the co-op, I know you will succeed. And you could really make co-op, like make a fucking hub for people to go see people, other players and stuff like that, interacting, and like have all the stuff you would need to do there. Fucking you could do raids, you could do raids. That would be fucking cool. Other stuff, like I know you. If you lock in, you can do it. I trust you. All right. Ooh. I'd say sufficient content. Maybe. Would I? 2 events. 2 main stories. I haven't played the other event as well. I'm going to say sufficient for me personally. I know people like to invest a lot of time into gacha games, but I have other games I like to play. I don't only play gacha games. And God knows, fucking playing multiple gacha games. I don't know how the fuck y'all do that. I play 1. And then maybe I'll play 2 or 3. Especially ones coming up, like Anata, fucking DNA, and Arknight Zenfield I'm very excited for. Oh, I play on PC, I was never really interested in playing gacha games on mobile until I got a PC, and then I was like, oh, I'll try it out, and I'm glad I did. How says for the following overall performance, I'm very satisfied. I've had 0 issues. Again, beautiful frame rate consistency. I've had no issues as well. Very satisfied. That's my rig. I have a pretty powerful rig, all right? So that's different. Do you like the feature where a main quest is included the second half of a new version versus a main quest when fail the second half version? Yes, I like it very much. Well, I really liked it in 2.4 when the first quest was like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and the second quest was about an hour and a half long. I think those are perfect times. It's like a movie time, we're not going to 3 hours is a lot. 3 hours in the first part or 3 hours in the second part for 2.6 was fucking brutal. I did solve that though. Me taking a 1-day break in between, so basically doing an hour and a half of the quest and then taking a 1-day break and then coming back to do the other half, definitely made me feel a lot better. But 3 hours is still a lot. That's pretty brutal. I can't lie. I still think you guys can do an amazing job telling a story within a 2-hour window without it, collapsing. Like, I honestly do think you guys can do an amazing job within a 2 hour. You did it in an hour and a half with fucking 2.4 part 2. That's probably my favorite story y'all have had so far. It was amazing. It was a cinematic experience. So, yeah, I like it very much though. I 2 parts. I'm here for it. Do you prefer the current version 2 or version 2? I basically stopped interacting with Thousand Gateways. I'll be honest, not interested. I'm just it doesn't really click for me, to be real. A lot of the endgame stuff doesn't really click for me, or farming stuff doesn't really click for me. Have you ever participated in the offline events organized by Wuthering Waves team? No. I'm not a social butterfly. What types of Wuthering Waves offline events would you like to participate in? I would love to go to an orchestral concert. Small live shows? Yeah, I could go to that. I would do that. Yep. I'd probably do retail events. I hate that. Small check-in events. Themed concerts. Yeah. I'm okay with all of these. Very small ones. The orchestral English is hard for me. Bro, the music in this game is beautiful. I will 100% go to that. 100%. Oh my gosh. What do you like to do in a fun event? That one. I love free merchandise. I don't like to play unreleased versions of games, to be honest. I'd like to experience them when they release without my friends, to be real. I enjoy that a lot more. That one. That's pretty much it. I usually don't buy. I purchase limited edition merchandise. Yeah, I guess I sometimes do. I used to go to fucking Tokyo Game Show, and I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. But too many people wore me out. I stopped going. I can't. Too many people take me out. I'm sorry. That's it. That was a quick survey. Nothing else? Huh. I was kind of expecting more questions, to be honest. Well, I guess we'll just add everything else I have left here. Allow me to adjust the widgets in the UI I.E moving quests from the second page to the first page, etc. Yeah. What am I thinking? Trying to think here. I know I didn't come up with any ideas in advance, so I'm probably forgetting some things. What did I say on my last one? To be real, we could do that real quick. Hold a second. Let me go to my YouTube channel. Hold a second. Wee. All right. Here we go. This is 2.5. 1 second. Here. What did I say? Please let me just move around the widgets on the UI. I don't like having tab or separate screens in my backpack. Yep, I had that. Oh, rewatch cutscenes. Rewatch cutscenes. Please let me rewatch cutscenes or just replay quests again to re-experience. I misspelled the fuck out of that. I'm just gonna not use big words. Maybe put this option in the gallery tab. Please let me rewatch cutscenes or just replay quests again. Maybe put this in option in the gallery tab. Yep, I really want to do that. What was the other things here? Stop doing they stopped doing things in threes. They really did. I'm glad they did that. Just go back. Oh no, don't talk. They fixed that. I'm really happy about that. Give me a reason to go back, re-explore old zones, prove explore level you're doing the game is massively improved. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I think for now, allow me to adjust the widgets in the UI. I.E moving the quest icon from the second page to the first page, etc. And then please let me rewatch cutscenes or just replay quests again. Maybe put this option in the gallery tab. I'm sorry, the quests, especially after 2.0, are so amazing. I want to replay them again. I regret the fact I did not record my 2.0 and 2.2 experience. I started recording and making videos after 2.2, and I still regret that to this day. And I know, oh, just make a new character, make a new account. No, I want to replay this on this account. That's what I want to do. But that's my main things. I know probably people are going to talk about the end game as well. I'll be real. I don't really interact with the end game that much. I could mess around with it, but I don't really feel the want or need to interact with the end game, other than just getting Asterite. Now obviously that's probably because the end game isn't as interesting. TOA is just I'm not that intrigued by it. I tried out the new towers. It was fun. I got fucking my ass got beat, and I beat it in the time limit, but I did not get any of the 3 stars or whatever it's called. So that sucks. TOA just doesn't feel like a Kuro endgame, to be real though. You can kind of tell when Kuro puts their heart and souls into endgames, or not endgames, but into anything like the story or the events, and they really cooked. TOA does not feel like a Kuro cook. It feels like something they just took, or was just kind of like a placeholder almost. It doesn't feel like a Kuro endgame. Fucking tactical holograms feel like a Kuro endgame though. Even though you cannot repeat them, I still count them as an endgame. They are so much fun, and I think one of the best things in the game is the tactical holograms. One of my biggest enjoyments is fighting the tactical holograms. I really do enjoy them. I wish I could replay them again, maybe with different modifiers and stuff. Would be really cool to see. And then Wiwa, Whimpering Waste. I played it when it came out, and I stopped after that. Not that I'm just not intrigued by it. I don't know why. I'm just not that interested to play it. I know people replay it after every wipe and stuff, but it's just not interesting to me. Wiwa and TOA both feel like an endgame that was like a placeholder endgame in a weird way. It doesn't feel like Kuro was like, we're gonna make an endgame and we're gonna cook and we're gonna put our heart soul in it. That's what tactical holograms feel like. It doesn't feel like Kuro put their heart and soul into those other ones, Wiwa, TOA. And you may not understand what I mean by when I say that, and to be honest, that's my best way of explaining it. But you can really just tell with this company, with this game, you can tell when they go all in and when they put their heart and soul into something. We noticed that on 2.0, and then we keep noticing it every story. The world's more expansive and more just beautiful and lush. The events have gone substantially better, 100%. You cannot deny that. The events are way better than they were at 1.0. So I think Kuro just needs to kind of go, endgame, let me take a fucking hard look at you, a good long look. Let's figure this out. I don't have any input on it because, to be honest, I'm not a good player, so I don't know. Also, I don't interact with it enough. Like, I haven't done every wipe. If I did like every wipe and I knew everything about the TOA and its history, I've been like, all right, I'm confident. I'm not confident. Now, when it comes to tactical holograms, I fucking love tactical holograms. I talk about it all day, but I'm gonna stop rambling. That's it. This is surprisingly short. I was expecting a bit more questions, to be honest. Most of the questions were on optimization and what I want to do in like a real life event or meetup and stuff. And like the first half was the stuff they always ask every time. They didn't really I don't know. They used to ask like very hyper specific questions about how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this feature? How do you feel about this feature? And they didn't really have that much of that. So that's kind of disappointing. I'll be real. I was kind of hoping for some hyper specific questions. Like something they would like read my mind and go, oh, he's thinking about this. Let's ask him a question. They didn't really have that. That sucks. To be honest, I was expecting a couple questions about the end game on here because, oh my god, I don't know how many goddamn content creators have made videos about the TOA, but holy fuck, I'm pretty sure like every person that plays Wuthering Waves has made a video about the TOA changes. So, and their thoughts on it. So yeah, I was kind of expecting a couple questions about that, but that's fine. Am I gonna make a TOA video? Maybe. I don't know. To be real, maybe I could test it out, but it kind of feels like, you know, beating a dead horse at this point. No point in me doing that. But yeah. Anyways, what did you think of the questionnaire? I recommend you all go do that questionnaire, regardless of the fact that it was so short and there wasn't too many questions. There's always stuff at the end to submit. Always fill that part in. I recommend it. Anything, if you think it's stupid, you know, there's no stupid questions. So sometimes there is, but there's no stupid questions. So I would input some things into there you might want to change. Let me know. Are there anything you would want to see in Wuthering Waves? Let me down in the comments. Please do. I really like to respond to y'all. It's fun to talk to y'all. I really like it. If you enjoyed this, like or a subscribe is very much appreciated. But that's it. Have a good one. Go away now and ciao.